everybody, checking in from Norway. I am currently at Julie's cabin in Ligna, or close to it, I should say. Had a classic international travel day yesterday, 14 hours, Minneapolis to Amsterdam, Amsterdam to Oslo, maybe an hour or two of sleep in total, so that is always a little bit rough on the old body. But last night I had the classic 12-hour night of sleep, which made me wake up feeling very refreshed and very good. And I am just out here going for a little hour-and-a-half jog to try to shake off this travel cobwebs. And then I'm going to drive to our apartment in Oslo after lunch. A lot of travel, but really nice to be back in Norway wearing a jacket and tights because it is low 40s Fahrenheit this morning. Fall has certainly arrived here in Norway, at least in a way that it has not in Minneapolis, where it was just almost 90 degrees yesterday from what I hear. Welcome back to Norway. Good to be back. Checking in to say a few things. First of all, I am back in the Oslo apartment after lots of travel, and it is just as we left it. Surprise, surprise. I feel that I have been very negative towards Norwegian grocery stores, and I just wanted to take a moment to point out some of the grocery items in Norway that I feel are actually really good, perhaps even better than the American options. So, we will start with Nugatti, which is a Norwegian Nutella that I think is really good. Tastes perhaps even better than Nutella, and it's a bit thicker. We have mackerel in the can in tomato sauce. Kind of like tuna in terms of being a prepared fish, but I feel like it is extremely good tasting. I don't think a lot of people would agree with that opinion necessarily because it's a little gross perhaps, but I really like it. We have Pink Lady Apple 6-pack. These come in these kind of wasteful cardboard packaging, but they are always somehow just so good, even better than the bulk apples. Perhaps that is just the psychological effect of them coming in this packaging, but I don't know, they always taste really good. We have the Laban Seigmen, which are my primary source of training fuel when I'm in Norway. They taste really good. Good gummy candy. We have, I would say, pretty much any bread that you buy at the grocery store is going to be better than almost even the most expensive bread in the US, aka bread is just better in Europe in general. You have salmon. It's farmed salmon, of course, but I would say that the availability of this in Norway and just how good it is too, kind of off the charts. And last but not least, Kim's potato chips, which I would say are the equivalent of Lay's, but these things are cheap as it gets, and the only ingredients are potatoes and salt, which is kind of crazy when you compare it to the lengthy ingredient list in the US. But anyways, big grocery haul. A lot of it's in the fridge already. That's for the haters who say that I only hate on Norwegian grocery stores. We have got the classic Norwegian fall weather right now. 45 degrees and raining. A little rain never killed nobody. Isn't that right? Couple new gear items. We are using the Prism low light glasses today because of the rain and clouds. And also I got these Legend Breeze roller ski gloves from Lil Sport, which are an upgraded version of the Legend Roller of years past. And they are just a really nice quality roller ski glove, which is not that easy to find with other brands. Often you just end up having to have super sweaty hands and use thick winter gloves or use some glove that's designed mainly for biking or running or something instead. So these are pretty sweet. Check them out. As well as the Swix Minnie Mouse / Mickey Mouse Gear West water belt. Out here roller skiing, currently at the very end of Maridalen, which is a very common out and back street that I ski a lot here in Oslo, and I can report that the altitude effect is feeling very, very good. Perhaps my muscles are not used to skiing faster like you have to at sea level because I've just been absolutely walking around for 4 weeks in Park City, but the breathing and the heart rate is feeling very easy compared to normal, so I can report that going from 7,000 feet for 4 weeks to sea level is a recipe for feeling a lot better. But anyways, not really raining right now, so then the rain jacket kind of just becomes a sauna suit. Nothing new there. That's kind of a story as old as time when it comes to dressing for this weather. But 1 hour in, gonna ski home. Pretty happy with how things are feeling. I feel like the jet lag does not actually feel that bad. So I used to think going this direction from US to Norway was a lot harder, but these days I'm kind of feeling like it's easier, but maybe it's just because I've done it so much. Back to it. I am returning from a 40-minute round trip wild goose chase to a plumbing store because our toilet at the apartment here was not flushing properly properly, so I diagnosed the issue with the help of ChatGPT, and it was, this is super interesting by the way, it was the rubber seal was broken, so I had to go to this store in Oslo that sells this random little rubber piece of crap, and it was $20, which was kind of shocking because I feel like that tiny piece of rubber could only cost about 5 cents to make, but they know you need it to flush the toilet, so they charge what they want for it. But anyways, I'm really hoping that this works, or else I will have to be pooping in the woods, and that is not a fun prospect. Here's the old one compared to the new one. This is your annual fall reminder to keep your roller skis really clean after you finish a ski in wet, dirty pavement. Skis look like this, disgusting. Get the hose going, and I'm not talking about those hose, I'm talking about this hose. Huh? Get it nice and clean. And don't forget your boots too. That is the way we make our equipment last a little bit longer. By the way, now that I've gotten a chance to try out this little web arm situation, I can say that it's really, really nice. No matter how hard I double pull or anything, they are just locked onto my face, so that is impressive innovation from Oakley right there. Anyways, though, this is now day number 3, I believe, in Europe. So I'm taking it a little bit chill in the start. I'm gonna do intervals tomorrow, but today and yesterday were just sort of moderate 3.5 hour total days. It's one of my philosophies is to be really careful on resuming intensity after international travel. So I feel I could have done intervals today, but just waiting an extra day to be on the safe side. But other than that, things have been feeling really good. Nice to actually be in some cooler weather, even if it's a little bit wet and gross some days. It feels really nice when your body is a little bit heat adapted. So far so good. Julie's parents are friends with somebody who lives close to them who has a beehive and makes honey. And this stuff is the best freaking honey. I just wanted to show it to you guys. It's called Astrid's Honning. And just look at the texture of that stuff. Put it on bread. Kind of nice when honey becomes a spread for bread, if you know what I'm saying. And not this shit. About to head out for a afternoon run, but before I do that, I'm planning ahead for future Zach and turning on the sauna. And it will be piping, ripping hot by the time I get back. I've been in a bit of a sauna kick, so kind of crazy that our apartment has one, so I can do that to my heart's content. Wanted to show off this Rosignol long sleeve t-shirt that has this super useful hood feature. I think that's gonna come in handy. What do you think? I'm out doing a little afternoon run, and I just wanted to talk a little bit about this period of training and what my intentions are with it, what the sort of goal of these next few weeks are coming down from altitude. Basically spent the last 4 weeks in Park City at 7,000 feet of altitude, building a lot of red blood cells, doing your sort of traditional altitude camp with the intention that I would come back down to sea level here in Norway and do about 3 weeks of more high intensity focused training. So I'll do a sprint race with some Norwegians here. I will do some L4 workouts, you know, your typical 30-35 minutes of on time race pace intervals. I will do some speeds because basically when I was at altitude I was just walking around for 4 weeks trying not to suffocate in that thin air basically. So the idea is to now use the red blood cells and sort of good feeling in my body that I've built up at altitude and cash in those chips a little bit in these next weeks. But yeah, so far so good. I am really excited for the training up ahead. I feel like this time of year is always really fun because you get to open the floodgates a little bit more than you do in the summer where you're doing a lot more volume and not getting to sort of push yourself as much. Starting with some intervals tomorrow. I'm really excited for the next few weeks. Interval morning, and that means original Nugatti. Look at that stuff. Nugatti, raspberry jam, carb heavy. Torstein, what was the workout today?
Oh, today was the I3 session with Zach. First interval session back from altitude and in Norway. 2 times 10 minutes and then 3 laps in Holmenkollen. So as I expected, pretty heavy legs. at the end, expecting progress from here.
Yeah, he was telling me before the session that I should expect to feel a bit heavy, and I was like, what the hell does he know? I've just been 4 weeks at 7,000 feet. I'm gonna feel so good. And he was right. I felt a little bit heavy, but uphill from here, and always a nice day in Holmenkollen. Good morning. I am just whipping up my oatmeal breakfast, but I wanted to show you the weather outside because, as you can see on my watch, sunrise is at 7:30. It's 7:49, but it is just dark out. Like, I guess it doesn't really convey on the camera how dark it is in this room right now compared to usual, but there's just absolute thunderstorm, not even thunderstorm, rainstorm going right now. Tornado winds, pissing rain, so definitely no roller skiing this morning. Might not even be able to run outside without danger of trees ending me. So it might be an indoor day. I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to read some weather reports while I eat breakfast, but this is a little spooky and I just wanted to share it. It's an indoor day. Gonna go run on the treadmill. And don't call me soft. Call me soft if you want, actually, but I don't care. It's the same workout whether I'm inside staying warm or out here freezing. So if that makes me weak, then so be it. You hear that wind howling? Hello!
Good morning.
We are in a gym which is overlooking Holmenkollen. Here's Holmenkollen roller ski track, 2 treadmills next to each other, so we can have a social run but not freeze our butts off because it's disgusting outside. Gear West water belt, ready to go. Not bad. Afternoon was just not my afternoon. I went down to the gym to skierg because the weather was still absolutely disgusting and I did not want to run down there for that reason. So rather than taking the train down, because the train's actually kind of expensive here now, it's like $4.50 for an hour. So if I was gonna go to the gym, it would be like $9 because I'm gonna be there more than an hour. So I decided I would drive there, but I didn't understand how the parking worked. Thought it was like one of those camera automatic situations. So I got a friggin', look at how long this is, by the way. I got a $66 parking ticket. My big, welcome to Norway moment here. But that kind of sucked. They got me, man. I can't really say anything about it. But it sucks because I was not even trying to not pay. So anyways, if you feel bad for me, say I feel bad for you in the comments. Nice. It's a really nice 3-hour classic ski, mostly double pole. And now I'm heading to lunch with Julie's family without Julie because she is running the Twin Cities Marathon today. Good luck. But yeah, that was a nice ski except for the fact that I wore a rain jacket and rain pants only for the sun to come out like 30 minutes after I started, which made the rain suit into a bit of a sauna suit. And this is a tale as old as time when it comes to trying to dress correctly for the weather, which I did not. So anyways, it was a nice ski though. Big shout out to Julie, who just finished the Twin Cities Marathon in a time of 3:27:45, which I think is really impressive for her first ever marathon. Also shout out to my parents who went out and cheered. Here are a few videos from that event.
Very quick summary from me here, since this vlog is not about me, but Zach wanted me to tell you that this went okay. It was super fun, beautiful day, so many people, and just a great event. But yeah, my body's hurting like it never has, and I need recovery.
Besides that, I think I'm gonna wrap up this video. We are back in the swing of things with training. It's been storming cats and dogs here, which is not super fun, but I think besides that, I have been really enjoying myself in a really good routine with the saunaing and the really good sleep. So we're gonna keep that ball rolling. Follow along for the next videos if you want to see me do some really hard training coming up here soon. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Subscribe, like, and see you next time.